Remember, it's come out like a power within him. I get down like gravity.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is Madden 17 on EA Sports. Today's matchup features a very dangerous offense. The Texans come in as the top offense in the NFL, and they'll go up against a Colts defense that wants to meet that challenge head-on. So for the call of this week's 17 matchup, let's send it out to our broadcast team, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, they broke ground on this place in the year 2000, opened it in August of 2002, and it's been the home of this franchise ever since. Welcome to NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Indianapolis Colts and the Houston Texans. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one complete. It's C.J. Fedorowicz. It's a pickup of 21, and it'll give the Texans a first down. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
One of the toughest things for an offensive lineman to learn is the ability to get in space and hit people who are moving targets. And linebackers are not easy ones to hit because they know how to move, juke, and make you miss. And that's exactly what he did on that play. A nice play for the defense.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Incomplete. Jalen Strong, the intended receiver, and it's third down. Offensive starters here. Wide receiver DeAndre Hopkins, a talented wide receiver.
And he's still looking for that ultimate recognition. He wants to be mentioned with the best receivers in the game. His numbers suggest that we should do so.
And they'll be in search of 11 yards here on third down. He'll look to throw. Finding time. He's got the completion to Strong. It's a gain of 17, and it'll give him a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. And to give this time to the tailback. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Offense needs something here on second down. It is second and long. And they'll run it here. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be third down.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Now a shotgun snap. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Colts pick it up. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening opening drive unfolded.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
Man, wasn't that long ago that the guy playing that spot was an outside linebacker type of a guy. Now, as a defensive end, how about the speed that he used to get into the backfield and make the play?
And the offense behind the chains here, a touch on 2nd and 11. They'll run it now out of the gun. Stays on his feet. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. And here's the offense today that hopes to get off to a strong start. 3rd down now following the run. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Colts are going to take a first-quarter lead. And this is good to make it 7-0 Indy. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And now out comes Houston. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense. But when you turn it over, it changes momentum. And when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise, it's going to be a long day for you.
Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. And it's possible that today the most important group could be the linebackers.
Yeah, the second level, as we like to call them, right? Defensive front has to control things, but the linebackers, they do more than clean up. They help create big plays.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
There's so many times during camp and practice that you get bored as a player doing regular drills. But how about that shed and skate drill right there by the linebacker? You do it each and every day. Get the blocker away and get into the backfield and make a big-time tackle. That's what we just saw.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. Tackle made that time by Kevin Johnson. And a look now at the defense for Houston.
Jadeveon Clowney was the #1 pick in the NFL draft, and it was with good reason. An absolute athletic freak. Now he's trying to add consistency to his game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. First level defensive line, second level linebackers, third level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a first level run, and it was stopped by a second level player.
They come out here in the eye.
Green, 39.
Now they try the right side here. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Coach hinted to us that we may see some old power football here in this game. We got a taste of it on that first down run.
I love how he hinted it to us. And then when we were watching practice, we were watching what they call inside drill with the offensive and defensive line. And they kept putting more defenders on the other side and saying, block that. I don't care how many guys are in there. I want to run the football this week. And, boy, it has paid off for them in this game.
That is caught at the 7-yard line. No gain on the screen there at 2nd down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. From the 3-yard line again, they'll try and punch it in here on 3rd and goal.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19. Leopard. Over. Gone.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That's caught at the 2. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great effort there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Here we go. Let's go.
They come out here in the eye, and he'll give it here to his running back. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
He finds his target, Fuller, and he's brought down after a good game. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much, as he's down to the 48. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They come up in an offset eye. Looking to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd.
Let's go! Ohio! Ohio! Flex round! Let's go! Flex round! Ohio! Ohio!
Now back to throw. A strong running. And incomplete here on 3rd down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive.
Now let's go!
And on the ground they go with a running back. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Third and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. Back to throw here. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A short gain there of just 4, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second, it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a 1st down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
Taking it about the 16. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Texans take possession. And now out comes Houston. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game. No gain on that run, and while the team is down, there's still time to come back and win the football game. If I'm the offensive coordinator, though, I've got to think about moving at a faster pace and maybe opening things up a little bit and throwing it a little bit more.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. 8 yards on the run there, and that leaves him with 3rd and just a couple.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Come on, let's go! Ryan 38! Ryan 38! Ohio! Ohio!
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 4th down. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
This will be fielded at the 17. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down. 2 yards to go here on 3rd down.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. Here's Pat McAfee now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken in at the 11. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3-and-out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know,
and now off to the races down the right side. The 20. And he is into the end zone, and the touchdown record is now all his. They blitzed defensively there, but he was able to slip through that first layer, and then he was gone.
I think they won the leverage game, didn't they?
Yes.
Right? They saw the blitz coming. That got to him a little bit, but they leveraged it perfectly and found not just a crease, a gigantic hole. And off he goes, and he's still going all the way to the end zone.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Flex round! Flex round!
They'll come up now in the Wildcat package.
Let's go!
A direct snap to Abdullah. Now a handoff looking right. And the gadget package there won't do much for him. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Mario Edwards Jr. there to bring him down.
A 1-yard gain could look like a disaster. It all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
And that one was knocked away, and I think the defender's going to be a little upset with themselves. They made the play on the football, but that one felt like a forced pass by the quarterback. Thought he had someone open. He really wasn't. Maybe an example of having too much confidence in his receiver that no matter what, I'm going to throw it to him. And that was a play made by the defense, and it could have been a bigger one.
3rd down here for the offense after the incomplete pass.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, Thursday now. Barney, Barney. Leopard, Leopard. Gone, gone. Leopard, Leopard.
He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near midfield at the 49. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage, if he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And that one falls incomplete. Try to dump it underneath. Now second down. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. They got pressure there and only rushing 3.
And there's a defensive coordinator right now who is celebrating not just getting home with 3 there, but realizing if that's the type of pressure he can get in the entire game, then his pass defense is going to be excellent. If you drop an 8, where are you going to go with the football?
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. They're going to look to throw. His throw caught right around the 6. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal.
And fit's the exact right word. Over the middle, there's almost always traffic, so anytime you're a receiver in that area, you're not just focused on catching the football. You're wondering where the collision's going to come from, right? Because there's almost always someone there able to concentrate, catch it, and even added a little extra at the end with a short run.
And a decent gain there as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. 1:57 to go in this first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Possible run anticipation here as the D-line sandwiches together. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this will result in him losing yardage back to the 3. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
From back at the 3 now, this is 3rd and goal. Now a shotgun snap, and he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Colts add on to their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And here comes the Texans now. And they hit the home run last drive. 1 play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open. So many offenses want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. He usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
So a ways to go here on 3rd and 10. They come out here in the eye. And they'll go on the ground. And another timeout taken by the Colts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe you keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude, but I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. On the move to his left. He's got his man on the crossing route. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now the offense lining up 1st and 10. Now back to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Here we go.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you on over to Orlando where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Out come the Colts. They come up in an offset eye. And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. Benardrick McKinney there to make the stop.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation where we're not really focused on it.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. He'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. Yeah, they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45.
Well, we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's brought down. Give him 16 on the pickup, and it'll give the Colts a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
And now a 1st down following that long gain. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
10 yards still left on 2nd down. Now they'll run it on the toss. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. This will be play number 8 on the drive. It's 3rd and goal. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Disastrous outcome there on 3rd and goal. They lose 9 yards on the sack. Now Mason Crosby on for the field goal. This one from 35 yards away. And Crosby puts it through, and that will extend the lead out to 24. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point, so no problems converting there.
Here's the punter McAfee to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half two.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll set up to throw. Fuller brings it in over the middle. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Third down and 4. They'll come out in the pistol. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Fielded just inside the 20. He had one man to beat. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. And they'll start this drive with very good field position. So the D-line's going to spread out. On a delay of game there, they could not get the play off in time.
Frustrating for the head coach. Frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
They'll come out in the pistol. Now they try the right side here. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Time running out here on the play clock. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 6 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
And now the offense operates in the red zone. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that'll bring up fourth down. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And Crosby puts it through, and that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So a good snap, good hold, and that one's right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, Brandon.
Here's the punter, McAfee, to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back onto the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set him up.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And the back goes into motion. Out of the gun now on third down. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down. Here's Tom Hackett now as he's on for the 5th time here today.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Offense still needing 10 yards. Second down. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
Yeah, let me pump out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And a shot taken on third down, unsuccessful. Fourth down now.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And the Texans set to come onto the field. Now they'll run it on the toss. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down. 6 yards here to go for the offense on second down.
Come on, let's go.
They'll drop to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
And on third down, the Colts have added an extra defensive back.
Flooding the passing lanes.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1. Here's Tom Hackett now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. This is taken at the 23. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Watch him now, Barney.
And they're going to go soft on the corners. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
When a coaching staff sees their team run the ball this successfully in the 4th quarter, they're really excited because you can plan for a running game all you want and want to press that advantage when you get it. But for the most part, it's a little bit of a surprise. And right now, they've got to keep that going, want to continue to grind out the clock because it's definitely in their favor at this stage of the game. Can they close the game out and continue to do exactly what we just saw there, and that's run the football.
Second down, just 1 yard to go. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. They give him a gain of 38.
And they just hit another big completion there. And I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
It's the age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game. And however it turns out, it turns out.
Here. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. They come up in an offset eye. They'll look to throw here. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great play there with touchdown number 29, too short of LaDainian Tomlinson's all-time record 31. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. throwing here on first down. Trying to set up the screen, and it's intercepted. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Well, he was stopped on that play, but he's had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. On play action, they'll throw. And he's going to be wrapped up and driven down. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's 3rd down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. And he's got Fuller. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield. Here comes the Colts offense now as they make their way onto the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Again, we'll see the pistol here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll go as a loss of 5. And they're going to have a 3rd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Mario Edwards in there to get him, and that's sack number 12 for him on the year. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Now this is fielded in the end zone. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. And now out comes Houston. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65.
Flex round! Flex round! Ohio!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Call it a pickup of 7, and they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Come on, let's go! 38! Ohio! Let's go!
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Here's Tom Hackett now, standing right on his own 5-yard line. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. And the Colts coming out now. They have the big cushion here in the final stages of this one. I don't know if there's any better feeling than being up big on the road.
There really can't be, because for a team to go on the road and win in the NFL, that's huge to begin with. But just think about all the preparation that went into it. When they first started talking about this game, leading up to it during the week, going on the road, unfamiliar city, obviously, unfamiliar hotel. No one's going to be with you once you get to the stadium. They're all going to be against you. You name it, all those things they had to deal with, they were able to conquer them and do it convincingly.
Yeah, they did it very convincingly, and now the final moments of this one.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
So the incomplete pass brings up 2nd down.
All right, now. Hey, alert 3, alert 3. Now let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. He makes a wonderful play there off the corner, protecting his side of the field.
Oh, that reminds me of the great defenses of old, doesn't it? The Pittsburgh Steelers steel curtain. They would not let you get on the field if you could only do one thing. You had to be a complete guy, and you had to be able to tackle.
Now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Pat McAfee now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This will be fielded at the 17. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So
now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this looks to probably be the final play. Going to give this time to the tailback. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.